Hi, welcome to Health Education 2. My name is Jason Gam. I'll be your teacher for the class here. We have a quick class. It'll be 6 weeks, so really short. So we're going to be trying to get through 2 to 3 chapters a week. But for the first week, we're only going to get through one chapter for the first chapter, and then we're going to move on to just kind of get to know each other for the first part, go over the syllabus. So if you kind of look on your screen right here, you're going to have in your modules, if you click through from your home page right here, this is what your home page should look like if my computer could work a little bit faster. So health and balance, you're going to go ahead and down here to the module list. Your syllabus is on there as well, and get to know the journey type little thing about the class right there. But you're going to go ahead and click through 1.1 and 1.2 are going to be for week 1, and they're both live. And you're going to have a copy of your syllabus for you to open up. It's in a PDF, and then your syllabus quiz, which is 5 questions. It's not going to be very hard. Just look back through there. And then netiquette, just kind of go over our responsibility of taking an online class and how we're going to be able to talk to each other and discuss and how we treat other people, because sometimes words over the internet and that type of stuff can get a little just sensitive. So we want to make sure we're properly communicating with one another. And then we're going to go ahead and find out who we are. So I put at the front page of the home page a little PowerPoint presentation just to go over like a couple things about myself. I'm the women's soccer coach here on campus at Sierra College, and I also teach health and soccer classes and weight training and aerobic fitness type classes, and the physiology of fitness class. So I teach quite a bit of different classes here on campus, but I want to get to know about you. I'm deeply interested in health and just over how we can make ourselves better. And I think this is a great class for that. We all can take little tidbits from it. Depending on what you're going to get out of it is going to be kind of up to you and just kind of the state of place you're in at this portion of your life, just to be honest with you. So just a couple of questions: your name, your major, if you have one. If you don't have one, just why you're taking the class. Your favorite healthy food, what's your favorite type of exercise, what music or band or artist do you like? And then, have you done anything fun over the break up until now? So we took a little tiny bit of a break, and do you have any vacation plans or anything like that? So the class will take up to probably 6 to 9 hours. Each week you're going to have a quiz. So you'll have a quiz for each chapter. So it could be 3 quizzes. There'll be 25 points each. That's gone over in the syllabus. Each week you'll have modules. For each chapter there'll be a different module. So for this week we have 2 modules, but only one of them is a chapter, 1.2. 1.1 is just the introduction. Next week there'll be 2.2, which will go over, or 2.1, which will go over chapter 2, 2.2 that'll go over chapter 3, and then we'll get through chapter 4 next week as well. So we'll do 2, 3, and 4 next week. To get ourselves moving through the semester. Your book's going to look like this. I don't probably expect you to be able to get that book until after probably the first week. If you use Amazon Prime, you can get it as a student, which is pretty cheap. That's what I recommend, and it'll come pretty quick. Try to buy it used, or you can do, if you like doing stuff over like the computer and don't need the actual hard copy, you can rent a book and just do the visual thing over the computer. So it is the Invitation to Health, Live It Now, Diane Hales. It's the 9th edition. There's 15 chapters in it. We're going to get through all 15 over 6 weeks, so we're going to be moving pretty quickly. I'm a pretty down-to-earth person, so if things come up, just communicate with me. We'll try to get through it. I have due dates, so I typically do the due date for Sunday night for all the chapters, so 3 chapters. If I extend it, I'll probably take a couple points off if you turn it in late till like the Wednesday. So just life happens, I get it. So, but I try to open it up beyond. So if you do have it late, you're just going to get knocked down a couple, maybe a point or 2 or 3 points, depending on how late it is and how chronic it is. I understand life happens. So we'll just kind of communicate with that over email. That's probably the best way. My office number is 916-660-8138. I'll be in and around. I'm teaching a weight training class and a aerobics class this semester over the summer. So I'll be around and have the team in the morning. So kind of be in and out of the office. So if there is something, but emails go to my phone so I can answer those pretty quickly. As for that, everything's going to be here on Canvas with discussions, and I'll play links through the modules. So the modules are going to be popped up every week. I'll try to get those up on Sunday, and I'll try to do a little video like this just so you can see my face and have a little bit of connection and kind of go over what's due for the week. So for the first week with Module 1, you're going to need to do the syllabus quiz, netiquette discussion, and who are you discussion. And then you're going to need to do for module number 1.2, you're going to have a little bit more. You're going to have to read chapter 1 in the book. And some of you might not be able to do that just because you don't have the book. But I did a pretty lengthy lecture on it. So there's a PowerPoint lecture right here up there. Kind of goes over nuts and bolts of it. But for the book, you're going to get a little bit more insight on what the 6 components of health are, and that's going to be a huge thing that we're going to kind of pop off on. So you're going to have the chapter 1 quiz, which is going to be 10 questions. I gave you multiple attempts to do this one. I think I gave you 4 attempts, just because you might not have the book and it's the first week and kind of getting your internet and online class legs. So try to get you sorted with that. Then you're going to have 6 components of health self-evaluation and a discussion. Which component of health do you think is the easiest for most people? And then you're going to need to do that by Friday, do your first post, and then try to get somebody else and just reply back to somebody by Monday. So that way everybody's got it in. So by Friday, do it, and then come back after Friday and just reply to somebody. That way we get a little bit of communication with other classmates within the class. And it doesn't need to be lengthy, just kind of, hey, I feel like the physical component of health is the easiest one for people because so on and so forth. Right? It's easier for people to work out. It's easier for people to eat healthy, or maybe you think that's the most difficult part for a person. And get yourself going that way. The 6 component of health self-evaluation, try to pull this up just so you can kind of look at it. It's going to look like this. You're basically going to go through and rank the different 6 components. I gave you an example right there. So I ranked myself a 4 on physical, consume a diet normally of plant material, very little processed food or fast food, exercise 5+ days a week for 30 minutes. And just kind of went through on what I feel like the reasons why my physical component was pretty healthy. So you got physical, you'll need to do that, do a little type. Psychological, spiritual, social, intellectual, and environmental. And then what area do you think you need to work on? We'll pop into that. And that's going to be individualized. You're going to save that onto a Word document, or there's a submission place in there. So when you submit it, you can go ahead and throw it in online and submit it through that way. So you'll be able to submit it either a Word or there's a text box to do it. Sometimes I have difficulty with some Mac conversion, so the Word. So if you just put that in the text box, the copy and paste it in the text box, it's easier for me to open it up, and then we have less problems, and me kind of send you back, hey, I didn't get it, open this back up, and we can kind of move forward. But I think it's going to be a great semester. Syllabus, all your grades will be updated on in this portion right here, and your quizzes will be up there, discussions there, but you can link through everything with the modules. I try to use the modules to pop through everything. And like I said, due dates are on the assignment. So this one's due the 18th. And then I gave you a little bit longer on this one to kind of turn it in, just because you got a little bit of understanding. But I recommend you get this one done pretty quick. That way everything else doesn't kind of lay on top of you with everything that's kind of pulled in this semester, because it is a really, really quick semester. 6 weeks is going to move fast, getting through three chapters a week. With some information. So typically you're going to have a quiz, some sort of an assignment associated with that chapter, whether it's a personal survey, something to make you take a look at yourself and kind of understand. There may be a TED Talk to go off of and do a discussion off of it to make sure you get a little bit more insight with it. But I think you're going to get something out of it. Feel free to email me or post a note to it and just kind of say, hey, Jay, I'm struggling with this portion. I'll get to know you through the 6 components of health survey and through your discussion, and then we'll move through the semester. I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, 6 weeks. You're going to have 15 quizzes, plus the Netiquette discussion and the syllabus quiz and a final. So we'll do those through every week. You'll typically have 30 to 40 minutes to do the discussion or the quiz. And after the first week, I'll probably only give you 1 opportunity to do it. Just communicate with me if something comes up. Life happens, as long as it's just happening and you can get through it. It's a short semester, so make sure you know the drop date. If you need to drop, and that's going to be on you, your responsibility to make sure you get everything done. Okay? Let me know if you need anything. I'll try to keep these pretty short, but I'll do these every week just so we can kind of move forward. All right, have a great week and look forward to an exciting semester.